Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to Apron Strings. I've been gone for 2 weeks on vacation, and it's been wonderful. I went to Destin, Florida with April and her daughter, and we had the best relaxing time. They were sitting in their chairs under their little tent thingy on the beach from about 8 to 6 every day. I went a couple of times down there, sat a little bit. I'm too old to get in the sun like that. So man, I went to all the thrift stores. I went to Goodwill, and they got thrift stores all up and down that road. So I had a ball. So it's been a wonderful time making memories, and I'm glad to be back home in my kitchen. Because when they go on vacation, they eat out every evening. Man, I was wanting some home cooking, and there was nowhere there that I could find that served meat and vegetables. So today I'm in the kitchen, and I'm going to cook a good southern meal. I'm going to start off with putting my collard greens on to cook. I've washed them to get all the sand and stuff off of them, and I've took the big stems out. There's a big vein that goes down the middle, and I've already done it, so I can't show you. I just fold them, and I just pull that off as I walk my hands down it, throw that away, tear the collard greens in pieces. So I've got them ready. In my black pot here, I have cut up and browned 4 pieces of bacon. Now I'm going to put enough water to cover the collard greens, but I'm also going to put a spoon of better than bouillon chicken flavoring, just for some extra flavor in the pot liquor, because I like to dip my cornbread in that. So the first thing I'm making is the collard greens, and I'm going to get them on, and then I'll decide what I'm going to have to go with them. But I'm going to show y'all everything that I'm going to put on the table today. Another one of those good southern meals. I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to add some water. That's about 6 cups. And I'm just going to put a blob of this better than bouillon chicken in there. I'm not measuring. That's about, I would say, 2 tablespoons. Guess what else I'm going to put? That's right, onion and garlic powder. I'll get that in just a little bit. Sometimes I chop onion up. Today I'm not. I'm just going to get the fire back on under this and let that dissolve. And then I'll be back and put the onion and garlic powder in, and we'll put our collard greens in and just let them cook low and slow till they get tender. Okay, I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and about 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Now, y'all, if you want to write this down, I'm not going to have recipes at the end. Y'all just have to watch me cook and make you some notes. Because this is one of those times that I'm just cooking like I do when like I usually cook, I should say. Get a little bit of salt. I am starting to decorate for fall. I love the fall of the year. I got a few things on vacation to accent with. Now I'm going to taste of this and see if it's salty enough. That's just about perfect. Let me step over here and get my collard greens. Now they're going to fill the pot, but let me tell you, they'll shrink down to nearly nothing. This is 3 bunches from the store. If you're wondering how many I bought, they were $1.49 a bunch. And I'm planting me some collard greens, hopefully, so that I'll have all I want to eat and some to can. Okay, these are gonna, as the water starts getting hot, y'all see this little vein right here? There was a big one that was in the middle, but I just would take it and pull it along the vein like that. That little vein will get tender. I'm just showing you what I did to get the big vein out of the middle. Okay, I'm just going to put the lid on them. And let them cook, and I'll stir them directly when they start condensing down, wilting down, and then we'll decide what we're going to cook next. I went to the outlet mall while I was there, and I loved it because you know how they are. It's not a mall. You just drive up in front of the store you want to go into, and they had a La Crochet outlet. Everything in there was still high, but I got these neat silicone, and they just fit on the pots to lift them. I always have to go get pot holders. I am so excited about my handle covers for my La Crochet. I just thought I would show y'all that. And I'll go ahead and show you in about 3 minutes. Look how much they've wilted down. So they'll cook on down, and we'll be back after a while to show you some good collard greens. Okay, I'm going to peel a couple of sweet potatoes and cube them up and get them boiling. And I'm going to make candied yams like Mama always made. So I'll get these peeled, and then I'll get in the pot, and I'll be back and show y'all the rest of it. Okay, I got the yams peeled, and my phone's going to ring here in a little bit. I'm expecting a call, so when it does, I'll stop and come back. Supposed to have called about 9:30. They're running late. I Cutco knives that Anna and Glenn sent me, and I love them, love them, love them. I tell y'all that every time. I'm just going to cube these up, and I don't want them to come all to pieces when I boil them, parboil them, so I'm putting them in larger pieces. It's not like what I put in soup. About, see what size? I'm going to get the other one done, and then I'll get them in the pot. I'm going to get my yams in here to parboil. And get some water on them. I just want to cook them until they're kind of tender. I don't want them real soft because they're going to cook in the oven and candy, and then they'll cook a little bit more while they're in the oven. So I'm going to let this go, and I'll show you in a minute what else we're going to have. Okay, y'all, the yams are soft enough, so I'm going to grab the pot, drain it in the sink, and then I have a pan, a stoneware pie pan, deep dish pie pan actually, that I've sprayed with vegetable oil spray. I'm going to get them in there, and then I'll show y'all what we're going to do. There you have it. Get all the water out of them. I know y'all can't see me really good, can't see the sink. Doesn't hurt to have a little liquid left in them because you want your goodie to melt on them. Alright, let me get the camera where y'all can see what I'm doing. What I'm going to do is just cut up some pats of butter around on them. And again, Southern cooking is not diet food, okay? It sure is good. Then you're going to sprinkle it with granulated sugar, and I just kind of sprinkle it on. You want them sweet. If they're going to be candied, you want them sweet. That's about a half of a cup because I'm using a cup measurer. And I'm going to sprinkle on some brown sugar. I got to thinking, I don't know if Mama put brown sugar or not, but I like that flavor it gives them. And all of them to have some on it. That's it. Let me show y'all. That's what they look like when they're ready to go in the oven. I forgot to turn the oven on, so I'm going to heat the June oven, and I'm going to get them in there till they candied. It's going to take about an hour, and I will bring y'all back and show you what they look like when they get them done. Okay, y'all see how the collards have cooked down? I've just got it on low, and I'm just going to let them cook and simmer until they get really tender. When one of the grocery stores around here puts their corn on sale, sometimes it'll be 6 for $2. I buy it and shuck it, and I clean it and I vacuum seal it and put it in the freezer. This was put up in July of 21. It's dated, still perfect. I'm going to boil 2 ears of corn, and if I have somebody here to help eat, they can have some, and if not, I'll have another meal with corn. But they're going to cut some bacon up in this pan. My scissors are gnawing instead of cutting. What's wrong with them? Sometimes I'm holding them the wrong way, but this bacon has gotten a little bit room temperature while I was on the phone. Okay, I'm going to put that on low and let my bacon brown, and then I'll be back. I'm going to put cream peas in here. And y'all, some of you might think I'm crazy. These peas, when I shell them, I don't wash them. I just put them in a bag, vacuum seal them, and freeze them. These peas have been in my freezer since 18. They're perfectly good. If you wash them, they're going to freezer burn. It's the moisture that does that. But if you have them room temperature, unwashed, and you put them in there, they're going to keep. So don't get rid of anything that you've had in there because somebody that's goofy says, ooh, that ain't good, or it's not nutritious. They still taste just the same. So this quart of peas we grew and canned in 2018, and they're beautiful. Let me show you. Just as vibrant and green and pretty as the day we put them in there. So y'all need to remember that. Don't get rid of stuff, because our uncle sometimes tells us that it's not good, or this will only keep it for so long. It's been proven through the years. Ask somebody from the Depression, it keeps. Okay, the yams have been cooking for an hour, but they still are not as candied as I want them to be on the top, so I'm going to cook them about 15 more minutes, and I'll let y'all know. Bacon's just about as brown as I want it, so I'm going to get my liquid in there and put my peas in and get them cooking. Okay, I'm going to get me some water in. And you know, I told y'all I use my chicken bouillon for extra flavor. Some of y'all may not want to use bouillon, that's your choice. I like it, and I'm going to get my onion and garlic powder. And I'll just put me some in there. I don't know how much. Got a tablespoon of onion powder. About a half teaspoon of garlic powder. I told y'all one day that Lauren said, Nana, how do you know that's a tablespoon? I said, get the spoon. And we scooped it out of my hand, and it was a perfect tablespoon. Y'all, when you've been doing this 50 years, you kind of know. I know how big the little, April, I would say the well of your hand, fill the well of your hand with blah, blah. She called it the whale. I know how big the whale of my hand is. Okay, let me get this bouillon dissolved and taste of this. I'm not adding salt until I taste of this one because I don't want it to have too much salt in it. I'm going to get just about a half to a teaspoon of sugar, and that just does something when stuff's been in the freezer. My mama would call it that freezer taste. I don't know how to describe it, but a little bit of sugar counteracts that. So I'm going to get me a little sugar and put in here and let it be getting ready too. About a half teaspoon, and we'll see. Troy never liked sugar in his pinto beans. He didn't like to taste sweet in his stuff, so I had to sneak a little bit to get this done. Okay. Okay, I'll get me another little spoon so I can taste and see what it tastes like. It needs some salt. That's perfect. That was about a half teaspoon of salt. Okay, I've got my pretty green peas ready to go in. These are cream. Y'all have heard me talk a lot about my Aunt Audrey, Daddy's sister, that I just loved her cooking, and man, I learned a lot from her. When she cooked fried chicken and mashed potatoes and milk gravy, she would have cream peas with it instead of purple hull. Now, I'm not going to have fried chicken to go with this today, but you know, when you've learned from somebody, the routine is in your mind and it plays when you start to do something. I have the sweetest, fond memories of Aunt Audrey and being at her house and eating her cooking. Lord have mercy, she was a wonderful cook. Okay, I about got everything done. The peas are still cooking. They're not quite soft. I've got some bacon grease in my skillet, and I'm going to heat it up really hot before I put my cornbread batter in. Now I want to show y'all what I do. I make my own baggies of cornbread mix. And this has about 1.5 cups of cornmeal, probably 3/4 cup of flour, a tablespoon of baking powders, teaspoon of salt, and teaspoon of garlic powder, tablespoon of onion powder, and probably about a tablespoon of sugar. And I need to add to it 1 3/4 cups of milk and a couple of eggs. So, and then I'll save my bag, and when I've used all my little portions, I will refill them. So right now, I'm fixing to get it made. Let me add some milk. This can is just about as much as I need. I don't have any regular milk right now. So I'll just use canned milk, and it'll be some very good cornbread. This is the same cornbread that I make all the time. I just the other day needed to use some flour up because the whole bag wouldn't fit in my canister. So I made cornbread mix. And my oven's ready to put my skillet in and get it hot and get ready to put this cornbread on to cook. I'm ready for some collard greens and corn on the cob and candied yams and peas. And on my collard greens, I like pepper sauce, which is made with vinegar and fresh pepper. You just cut your peppers up. I think I showed y'all. And pour the vinegar over it and let it set, and it makes it really good. I'm gonna put this up. I think I'll just put this on the heat right now. Instead of messing with putting it in the oven, it'll get ready quicker here. When it gets hot enough, I will put my cornbread in and go cat go. I'm ready to eat. Feels like home to me. It's some home cooking. You want this piping hot because it'll make the bottom of your cornbread crunchy. So just as soon as that gets hot enough, I'll bring it over here and add my batter to it. And on my yams, I went ahead and added a few pecans in there. Okay, it's starting to sizzle and fizzle over here and make some rackets, so I think it's good. And then I like to have extra bacon grease so that when I get my bacon in there, let me bring y'all over here and show you. When I put my batter in there, I slosh some of that bacon grease up on my cornbread for flavor. And I think at times Aunt Audrey would actually put bacon grease in her cornbread. I don't really remember. I just like to eat hers because it was like eating cake. It was so sweet. And you see this extra grease here? I'm just going to go around and slosh it up on the top like that. That's how we do it in the South. I don't know how y'all do it where you live. I'm going to get this over there in a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes, and I'll bring y'all back and show you how pretty it is. I'm going to butter me some and dish me up some of everything and eat. Okay, y'all, there's the cream peas, the candied yams with a few pecans in them. They're delicious. I already snuck a bite. Corn and the collard greens, and the cornbread will be out shortly, and I'll show y'all what it looks like. You have an idea for a delicious southern country meal. If you want to add some meat to it, you can. I'm happy with vegetables and cornbread. Okay, y'all, here's the cornbread, and I sprayed my skillet, and I had oil in it, but it stuck right in the middle, but I just put it right back down on there, and it'll be good. See, everything don't turn out perfect. Okay, y'all, here's my food all plated up and ready to go to the table and eat. I'm going to go eat while it's hot. Okay, Bubba, you want some of everything on your plate? Okay, y'all, we have had a good lunch. Richard came and ate with me, and that made it better. He said, sure was good, and I agreed. It's just what I've been wanting. I'm going to set me down a little bit. I've been in this kitchen for a while, and then I'm going to try to get my video uploaded for y'all. We got some good stuff coming up. I've got a collaboration for Soup Timber that'll be up, I think Friday. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. Then I've got a sponsored video coming up that's really wonderful on a air fryer that I'm very impressed with. I'll be showing that to you. And then I've got to get my apron fabric video done. So I've got a lot coming up in the next week and a half. So y'all just hang with me. Thank you for watching. While I was on vacation, some of the comments I was dazed answering because I didn't get on the computer every day. In fact, I didn't get on until there at the very end. I just enjoyed being with my kids. So I'm back to normal again. Hopefully 2 to 3 videos a week. I can get in the swing of it and grow my channel and meet new people and love on the old ones that's been here all this time and be very appreciative because I'm so thankful I'm growing. I will see y'all again in just a few days. The good Lord bless you.